and welcome to another inspirational, educational, and uplifting segment of From Mess to Message, A Journey to Purpose. I am WINFIELD SARGEANT, your host, and we are honored to have with us chef and proprietor of Blissfully Raw Brooklyn, Mr. Robert Victorian. Robert, welcome to the show.
Thank you. Thank you for having me. I'm honored to be here today.
Well, we are honored to have you. When I thought about this segment on raw food, I thought hard. I was like, what are we going to discuss? And I wanted best to bring the information to the people on what raw eating is all about. But before we get into that, would you tell the audience a little bit about yourself and how you came to have your business, Blissfully Raw Brooklyn?
Yes. Well, I learned how to do raw vegan food. Actually, it just popped up, really, because a restaurant popped up in my area where I grew up at, and I was passing by one day, and I just popped inside, and I was sitting there with a small little space, and they were preparing food. They had a lot of like vegetables and greens and just all different, and the smell was just like different. And I and I was just sitting there, and they were doing all these things, and they asked me. They said, "Hey, you want to come and wash some greens?" So that was the first thing I did, was wash some kale. And we washed the kale, picked it off the leaves, and then they told me to put it into a bowl, put some oil on it, and massage it in. And then from that day, it was just...
You just found a purpose.
Yes.
You found a purpose. So how long has it been, how long have you been actually preparing raw food?
Preparing, I would say 13 years, like officially, but like just, I would say training 15.
15.
Yeah, because I'm still training now, because I'm learning new things all the time.
Okay. And first, let's get the difference between vegetarian, vegan, and raw. Please tell our viewers, because I don't really know that myself.
Well, vegetarians, they still eat like fish, they eat dairy products, they eat things like that. Vegans, they don't eat no animal products or anything like that. You know, they still do soy and things like that. Now, raw vegan, this is the extreme. This is where you go to the depths, like where it has its own community. They don't do no, they only do wheat. No wheat, gluten, dairy, or soy. We don't use none of those products, no animal products. You know, we only use like fruits, grains, vegetables, things like that, nuts, and that's how we prepare. No heat or anything like that.
What would you say, how would you introduce raw preparation for someone who has never actually done it before?
Well, the first thing I would do, I would tell them, I'd be like, you are a raw vegan already, because I know you've ate an apple before, you've ate a salad before, you've ate fresh vegetables or things you may have went to a garden and just ate it just like that. That's raw. It has not been cooked, it has not been processed or anything like that, so you have done it. But to introduce it, I will always say you can start light, maybe with like a salad, you know, some greens, like dark greens are the best. Nuts, because it's raw, you know, but I try to encourage people to soak their nuts and dehydrate them, to dry them, so they won't spoil, things like that. So it's pretty like salads and things like that, shakes.
Now, one of the things that I wanted to speak about today was the pros and the cons. And I know a lot of people don't go into, and they just tell you, oh, it's so good for you, it's wonderful, blah, 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 blah.
Right.
But explain to our viewers, okay, what do you feel? First, let's talk about the cons of raw eating. Tell us, give us some of the...
The cons of raw food is that it may not take to everyone's body. Everyone may not be able to digest it properly, you know, because some people, they will go to the bathroom more than they would like to, you know, because it's working through the body and things like that. Other cons may possibly be that it's too expensive, you know. They don't know how to prepare it. They don't know what it is. So I would say that's the biggest con, not knowing what it is. Now, for the pros, I would say it's great. It's great for you because it helps the body because it has all its nutriments, all its enzymes, all the good stuff that we were meant to have.
Yes.
You know.
Yes.
And also, it's a different type of living. You would see the difference. You would see the difference in your skin. You would see the difference in just the way you feel. Like, you know, some people who eat like meat and other foods and stuff, they just feel heavy after, like they can't do nothing. When you eat raw vegan food, you feel like energetic and you feel like, wow, like you feel that burst, like you know. So it's a different type of living. It's a different type of feeling.
For someone going into like myself, who dealing with a terminal illness and have to be very mindful with what I eat, what is the advice that you will give to someone who is thinking about doing, actually, because some of us go gun home and say, oh, I'm going to go fully, which is not good.
Not good.
So please talk to someone who may be dealing with cancers or any other terminal illnesses. Give them some advice on actually how they can transition, not just jump in.
Right.
Transition into whether vegan, vegetarian, or raw.
Yeah, well, I believe transition is good with anything that you do in life. You have to transition into it. You just can't jump into it.
Yes.
You know? But with this, I would say first consult a doctor to see if they believe that this type of regimen would be good for you, determining what your illness is. And I would say take it slow. Don't just go for the biggest thing that you see that looks the strangest. Try and go with something that you know.
Yes.
Do like avocados and like almonds and like little salads and things like that. Don't just go for like the lasagnas and the raw vegan burgers and things like that. Maybe some people can do it, but it may not work for you or it may not work for everyone.
Yes.
You know, so you have to really again, consult your doctor, talk to them, and just know yourself, know your body, know what you like, and go from there. Take your time.
Take your time.
Take your time.
Pace yourself with everything. I constantly tell people you have to pace yourself because you can't just decide to wake up today and say, well, oh, I'm going to do this. And then when your body kind of does not react to it, and your body will tell you what it is it wants.
The body
and
is its
if
own.
you're shocking it with something brand new and you're constantly do it, you really, that's why it's so important to consult your doctor before you go to the extreme.
Definitely.
Now let's talk about some of this food.
Oh, yes.
Now this summer, for the first time, I had the pleasure of trying this dish. I looked at it and I was like, okay, it had an awesome, what was it?
Zucchini pasta?
Tell us about that. Do you know what dish I'm talking about?
Okay, yes. Well, the zucchini pasta is just it's zucchini, but it's sterilized. So we use a sterilizer machine, which you can get in like any little grocery store or stuff like that. And you just hook the zucchini up to it, and it comes out like spaghetti. So it's really good for like the kids if you're introducing it to your kids, or just like people who are new to this. That's something because it's fun and it's different, and they still can have that image that is pasta. You know what I mean?
But hold up, that sauce. There's no cooking. Like I was sitting there, I tasted sauce. I was like, yo, this is good.
Yes.
How?
Yes, the sauce that you had that day, that was a tomato garlic basil sauce. So it was just what I said. It's fresh tomatoes, garlic, basil, other herbs and spices, and it was, since we don't use no stoves or no heat nothing, I just use a blender. Blended up really nice, you know what I mean? And
now, is it heated when you're blending? It's just
no, because I'm not blending it to where it's like a puree, or like I still want to have the chunks to like, to have like a real
and it sure was. And then that plantain. Now, you guys will see, you guys, if you look at this dish, there is a plantain dish in there, and you will not believe that it's not prepared. But it's all raw.
All raw. No heat, no nothing, no stoves. That's the best thing. I don't have to pay a gas bill or nothing because I don't have a stove because I make raw vegan food. So, it's good. But yeah, the plantains, it's really simple. It's just like ripe plantains. So it's not the green ones, it's the right one. Get as ripe as you can get. Throw some sauce on, some like some olive oil, a little lemon juice, a little curry.
Yeah.
Mix it up.
Yeah. And I guess the acidity
yes, will kind of, yes, because that breaks down
Got
anything.
you.
Yes,
I totally get it.
Yes.
Now, one of the things that was in there was also the kale salad. And for me personally, I couldn't stand kale.
Okay.
Because it was so rough.
Yes.
So rough. And I have another friend who's a chef, and she kind of told me that you got to literally make love to that.
Yes, you gotta massage, you gotta like rub it.
Yeah, what you actually do to break it down, because when the kale itself, it's hard to digest.
It is.
Just in general.
It gets stuck all here if you don't, yes.
So please tell our home viewers what they need to do in regards to, since they're not blanching it because you're not using heat.
No.
How do you break it down so that it's softer and able to digest better?
Well, you would want to just like get some olive oil, extra virgin, cold press is the best to use with this type of food. You could use lemon juice or orange juice, or anything that has like a little acid, or any type of like fruit juice or something like that. You can just put a little bit on there, and then the whole process of it, you have to like massage it in. You have to like work it in. And
that's the key.
Work it in, and you will see how it just starts. Because you will start off with a big bowl like this, but by the time you finish, it will come down because it's breaking down all the fibers inside of the kale, which those fibers are good for you because it scrubs everything as it's going down. It may feel a little rough, drink a little water and something, push it down, but it's good for you.
Okay. Now, when you say work it in, now, are you giving it a hard working, or just gently
just getting all the oil and the juice that you use just on it, and you will know because as you're breaking it, as you're doing it, it's gonna start to break down. So you don't want to like start like where it's like nothing, where it's like kind of like withered, but you want to just fluff it, give it like some love,
Well, and one of the things I love about your business is your personal touch. So tell people how you put your menu out.
Yes.
And just tell them about that process.
Well, right now I do a weekly delivery service. I do it every Saturday. I usually send out the menu like Wednesday, Thursday.
And do you deliver everywhere in New York?
In Brooklyn. I do it in Brooklyn. And I also do like in Manhattan too as well, Okay. And that's where we are right now. And I also do catering for different events, and I do like different bazaars and like markets and things like that.
Okay.
We do that.
And so tell us about first tell us about some of the salads you offer, the and entrees, and then we're gonna get to that that dessert, which I can't believe. So tell us about some of the things that you offer in your menu.
Oh, on the menu for salads, I do like a high green salad. That's like just all different type of high like greens. That's why I call it high green, because you have like kale, chard, mint, basil, just anything like green. Because the greener it is, the better it is for you, because it has all the nutrients in there. Because that's why I don't really recommend people to eat lettuce. Because lettuce is just mainly water, so there's not really much stuff in there for you. But the greener, that's just like the redder a fruit is, the better it is for you. Like eggplants, like the darker it is, it's good for you. That's good for you. That's why avocados are something that's good for you. When they turn like a little black, that's when they're the ripest, and people love them the best. We also I do like a Napa salad. I'm actually gonna do something like a Napa salad for you guys today. A Napa kale basil salad. I have this salad. It's like it's a sea salad, so it has like peppers and celery and like seaweed and things like that. Now for entrees are like it's so many, but I'll just break down a few. Give
us three. Give us three.
So I have the one we spoke about earlier, the zucchini pasta with the tomato choco. We can also substitute that with a basil pesto. We can do that as well. We have a pizza, a raw vegan pizza.
Beautiful.
So the crust is sunflower seed based, and it has like a tomato sauce, a nut cheese, and all that with mixed vegetables, and it's dehydrated. Amazing, like it is amazing. And also we do a lasagna. Now the lasagna is not for the beginners. You may want to try and say, yeah, I love lasagna and I want to go for that, but it's an acquired taste because again, it's not cooked. It doesn't have meat. It doesn't have like the cheeses that you use, but we still make it look like a regular lasagna. So we do like we layer it. Each layer with, instead of pasta, we use zucchini slices. We do a nut cheese for the top for the cheese. We do a tomato layer, and we also do like a vegetable meat layer with like mushrooms and stuff like that. Yeah, and we dehydrate it, and it is like, it is it is something else, man.
And so let's talk about dessert. Now
you've been talking about this dessert.
I saw this pie. Okay. And you can tell me this thing was not like, a serious fruit pie. But tell us about that dessert pie that you made.
Yes. Well, we have a wide range of pies. But the one you were speaking about was the mango blueberry one. So it was fresh sliced mango with a blueberry cream. So blueberries are like, I also tell people, like, if you have like a stomach ache, eat blueberries, because blueberries are binders, so they bind very well together. But this sauce was a blueberry and dates, and it's just like layered, just the fresh mango with the blueberry cream, and then the mango again, blueberry cream. And it's just like, and you let it sit for about like a couple of minutes, and it's put in the refrigerator, and
forms.
And you just cut it with, and it has like a nut-based crust.
Okay.
Yeah, and that's pretty much it.
What other dessert items do you offer at Blissfully Raw Brooklyn?
We do fruit parfaits. We do banana coconut cream pie, vanilla cream pie. One time I also did like a mint and papaya pie, which was like, it was amazing because you get that fresh mint flavor. But it had like, but I use like the coconut jelly to form it, and it was like, wow.
Yeah. It sounds good. It sounds good. Now where can people actually find you? Could you tell the audience where they can find Blissfully Raw Brooklyn?
Definitely. Well, right now you can look for us on Instagram, Blissfully Raw BK, or Facebook, Blissfully Raw BK. Send a message or anything like that, and we'll get right back to you. And cause we place the orders on there on the social media, and you can just call the numbers on there, and just call or email, place your orders, and we'll deliver it to you. We do it Saturdays, and I also do like weekly meal plans for clients and things like that. So because some people don't want to have to go buy the outside food.
Yes.
And it's more convenient for them to have the food prepared for them delivered. They just take and go in the morning time, and it's healthy, so they won't eat all the garbage and stuff that's out there.
Well, we thank you so much because this was so informative.
Yes,
and we hope to see you again real soon.
Yes, you will. Definitely.
All right. So we have asked Robert to prepare for us a simple salad that you can try at home. Robert, would you tell our viewers what you're about to make for us here?
Well, today we're gonna make the Napa basil and avocado salad. So it's very simple. You can pick these items up right at your local supermarket. Very easy.
To me, that kind of looks like lettuce, sort of, mixed with cabbage. So tell us a little bit about a Napa cabbage.
It actually is. It's a Chinese lettuce. It's a Chinese lettuce.
Okay,
yeah. So it looks very similar to a lettuce we use in America, but it's the Asian one. And it's really good. It just doesn't have like that bitter taste that the regular lettuce here has.
Yes.
So it's a little more lighter and cleaner.
Okay, sure. Tell us about the ingredients and then show us how we put this together.
Okay, so we have the Napa cabbage. We have avocados, 2 avocados, and we have a bunch of basil. And with basil, you have to be very careful with it because it has a lot of sand with it. So you have to make sure you wash it thoroughly. If not, you're going to have sandy food.
Kind of like when you're like a collard greens and stuff. You got to make sure you get all that. Okay.
Or like if you've seen the Little Rascals movie when they put the sand in Delilah's food, her sandwich. Yeah, it'd be like that. But yeah, so we're going to do the Napa cabbage. And we're just going to cut it. I like to do it like this. Cut it down the middle like that, and then cut the end part off because sometimes the end part can be a little hard, So like this is pretty soft all around. So we just slice. And with this right here, it has a nice bite to it. Very nice bite to it. Okay, let's see if we have a smoke. Let's get some of this off. Drop it in the bowl. And yeah, and the avocados are gonna give it a nice creamy flavor. Uh-oh. Drop it right there.
So that's okay.
Like that.
So with the what would you say is the greatest benefit of a salad like this, especially in the raw form?
It's simple and it's easy, and you don't have to cook it. And two, again, a benefit. I always say a benefit of this raw food is that you can make items that are kind of cheap and budget good for you.
Budget friendly.
Yes.
Got you.
Okay, so yeah, so we have one small Napa cabbage, and we have the avocado.
Now, how do you, when choosing avocados, how do you know that you've got a good avocado and it's ripe?
Well, one, the color, and then when you touch it, you don't want it to be too soft, but you don't want it to be too firm.
Okay.
You know, some people like it firm like that, but like for a dish like this, I would say get it just right. So if you like give it a little squeeze, and you see that, okay, you're
just
not going.
Gives a little. Okay.
So with that, some people don't know how to take it out, the seed out. So I do it just like that. Turn up this one. Yep. And just like that. Yeah, this one was acting a little funny. I was a little nervous for the camera.
Yeah, it was nervous.
So I like it to do it just like this, just like that. And we can take the other side and just go just like that. Like into squares. And we could take a spoon. And you always want to take your spoon the back way like this to get it out real good like that. Okay. And the other side. And this salad is so simple. Like it's easy. You can do this with your children. You know, you want to do something healthy with them. So let's make a salad, and you can do it just like that.
Is it recommended that we have, like, well, I guess it does say we have a daily serving of our greens and salads?
Yes.
Yes.
I believe so. I believe that.
How do we get the kids? Another thing too, kids with the texture, you say for the kids, for the family, a lot of kids don't like the texture.
Of avocado?
Of avocado.
Yeah.
Is there a substitute that we can use for this salad?
I would say put some berries.
Apples,
blueberries, raspberries, grapes. Grapes go very well with this.
Okay. So there's a great substitute that if you are not into the avocado, you can go ahead and add your fruits, and you still get your fruits and vegetables in one serving.
But you have some people who are like they don't like to mix their fruits and vegetables together. Me personally, I don't mind. But, you know, some people are like, oh, you're not supposed to mix them together. But, hey, I say, it's your recipe. You do it how you like. Because no recipe is wrong. Okay. It's just a new recipe.
Yes.
You know? Okay, so we're going to take some basil. Me, personally, I love basil because it just smells so good. And the flavor is just great. So I like to put them in whole like that. Do like a half a bunch. Pick them all. Pick the good big leaves. Okay. A couple of basils. Take a little olive oil. I would say maybe like a quarter cup. If maybe not even, depending on the size of your Napa cabbage.
Yes.
Just a little drizzle. Take a little sea salt. Sea salt is the best salt to use, and I prefer and I promote that a lot, like sea salt, because you don't want to use iodized salt because it's not good. Okay. That's how a lot of people have like the high blood pressure.
Yes.
Because it goes to that. Sea salt. Okay, and then we could just take it just like this and just mix it in. I'll use the tongs to get it worked in a little bit better. And you just work it in. Cause you want to like get the Napa cabbage and the avocado mixed together, cause the avocado will give it like a little dressing, like a little creaminess to it.
Yes, wonderful.
Yes.
So let's get a taste of this salad.
Yes. Okay,
it looks so good.
Yes. So we take the top. Okay. This one. Just plot it up. The nice basil. Okay. If you want to hold this for me,
yes,
please.
Let's
work it out. Work it out. And then this is really good for like a dinner party or like a light little brunch or anything like that. Nice little salad. And it's very, very simple.
Awesome. Well, let
Okay.
me give it
Take
just
a
little
yes,
taste
yes.
here. Looks so good. Mmm.
Hey, let me get a little taste too. Sharing is caring.
The brightness of the basil is really, really awesome. It's so awesome. Well, there you have it. A salad that you can try at home today for the whole family. This Napa love. Napa cabbage, basil, avocado, salt, and extra virgin olive oil. How could you ask for anything simpler? Remember, your body is your temple, and be mindful of what you put in it. And in everything you do, lead with love, because love always wins.